Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we cut through the noise and get right to the insights you need.
Hey there.
Today, we're tackling a big one, especially if you're maybe just starting out on your financial journey: beating inflation.
Yeah, it's definitely a hot topic.
Think of inflation as, that sneaky force that makes your money buy less and less over time.
Like the price of your favorite coffee just slowly creeping up year after year.
Exactly. And it shrinks your hard-earned savings. So our goal today is really to help you figure out how to keep your money from shrinking and maybe even grow it despite those rising prices.
And we're pulling some great insights from Beating Inflation, a guide to financial growth.
Right. To give you a clear, actionable playbook to do just that.
Let's get into it.
Okay, so for someone new to investing, this silent thief, inflation, it can feel incredibly overwhelming.
Absolutely.
You're trying to save, you're working hard, but it feels like you're running in place just to stay even.
Yeah, it's frustrating. A lot of new investors might feel, a bit nervous about putting their money anywhere beyond just a basic savings account.
So how do we begin to fight back? What's the first step to really tackling this challenge?
Well, what's really fascinating here is the core message from the guide. Your money needs to work harder than inflation is working against it.
Okay.
The most effective way, as the guide highlights, is to invest in assets that actually grow in value over time.
So things like
stocks, real estate, mutual funds,
Right.
Even gold gets a mention.
Right.
The big takeaway, though, don't let too much cash just sit idle. If your money is just sitting in a savings account, inflation is like a tiny leak, constantly shrinking its buying power.
That's a really powerful point about getting your money working. But, for many new investors, the idea of building up that initial investment capital can feel like climbing Mount Everest.
Or they might just feel hesitant about, say, market volatility, understandably.
Exactly. So what about strategies that empower you now almost immediately beyond just traditional investing? Our guide touched on another fascinating approach that really resonated with me.
Yes. This is where the guide offers such a compelling alternative, I think. Increasing your income.
Through side hustles or skill development?
Exactly. It isn't just about earning more, it's a direct counterattack on inflation.
How so?
Well, in an environment where, traditional wage increases often lag behind rising costs, having direct control over another income stream, that gives you immediate power.
Power to boost your cash flow.
Right, and keep up with those rising costs.
Yeah.
You're basically increasing your personal supply, your income, to meet the demand of higher prices out there.
Interesting perspective.
Now, tying all these individual moves together, the overarching principle, the thing you need for long-term success is this. You need a diversified portfolio.
Okay, meaning don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Precisely. If one investment class, say stocks, dips because of economic shifts, your other assets, maybe real estate or bonds, can help cushion the blow.
Especially when inflation is making everything else feel more volatile.
Exactly right. And critically, adopt a long-term strategy. This isn't about getting rich quick. That's not the goal here.
Right.
It's about steadily growing your buying power over the years, making sure your money can still buy you as much, or hopefully more, in the future.
Okay. So for you, just getting started on this journey, the blueprint seems pretty clear. First,
Make your money work harder than inflation. Invest in assets that grow. Don't let cash just sit idle.
right. And second,
Don't just rely on investments. Actively boost your income, maybe through new skills or those side gigs we talked about.
and always remember those two golden rules. Diversify your assets
So you're not overly exposed to any one area.
and always play the long game.
These are really your foundational steps to tackling inflation head on.
Building that true financial resilience.
So thinking about all that, here's a question for you listening. Given these actionable strategies, what's just one immediate step, maybe something small, you could take today to begin applying these principles and start building that financial resilience for yourself?